become popular in Tang Qingqing's circle. Pretend to be bankrupt for a month. Test the loyalty of the men around you. To ensure authenticity, the challenger's friends and family will help her disguise. Even the company will have a new boss. Tang Qingqing, wearing a 50 yuan short-sleeved shirt and a sanitation cap, went to find the man she loved with full confidence. However, Shiyu shouted at the security guard to throw him out in disgust. She was stunned for a long time before she tremblingly dialed another number. Su Mingyu, I'm bankrupt and homeless. A little girl's gentle, comforting voice came from the other end. Mom, don't be afraid. I'll give you my room. 1. I was making a cake in the kitchen when Tang Qingqing called. My daughter, who was playing with my phone, answered the call immediately. I don't know what my 4-year-old daughter said, but she suddenly looked happy and ran towards me. One of the shoes was missing. Dad, this is great. Mom is broke. She can come and celebrate my birthday with me this year. Bankruptcy? The phone call was not hung up yet, and the note was ex-wife. The last time I received a call from Tang Qingqing was during the Chinese New Year. She only contacts me during holidays. She asked me to act affectionate in front of her parents and coax the old people. But as soon as we left the old house, she immediately shook off my hand coldly and drove to coax Shiyu. The back seat of her car was piled with gift boxes, and the passenger seat was covered with a circle of red roses. I held the 10,000 yuan performance fee she gave me and stood in the cold wind without feeling any sadness. Because Cici and I have enough money for half a year's rent. When I learned that Tang Qingqing went bankrupt, I was confused. Why didn't she go to Shiyu, whom she doted on so much? Instead, he came to find me, someone he was tired of. Tang Qingqing asked carefully, Su Mingyu, I have no place to live now and I have been hungry for a day. Can you take me in? I was about to say no. My daughter grabbed my sleeve. Her big eyes, like purple grapes, flickered with expectation and pleading. Dad, let mom spend Cici's birthday with her. Other children spend their birthdays with their parents. I lowered my head and my heart ached. I know that Cici longs for maternal love. Tang Qingqing actually likes Cici. She would take her to Happy Valley, buy her a little skirt, and give her a whole set of princess blind boxes. But one day, Cici came back with her head down and said that she would never bother her mother again. I dropped the spatula and rushed into the villa. He slapped Shiyu in the face with his arm strength that was enough to wash 1,000 plates a day. Push his face into the toilet and rinse his stinky mouth. Tang Qingqing never mentioned meeting Cici again. But today is Cici's birthday, and she just wants her parents to accompany her. I compromised, Tang Qingqing, Cici misses you, you can come and have dinner with her. On the other end, the woman breathed a sigh of relief. It's the kind of relaxation that feels like luckily we didn't lose everything. You guys still live in Jingyue Huacheng, right? I'll be there soon. I was confused, what place? I have never been there. I rent in by Hiyuan, which is close to the kindergarten. There is a street of snacks when you go out. The KTV opposite has noise at night and a car selling cockroach medicine passes by regularly downstairs. It is far from the high-end residential area that Tang Qingqing mentioned. Tang Qingqing was silent for a while and asked me my current address. Even if she is wearing cheap clothes, her feminine temperament can still stand out. As soon as she entered the door, Cici rushed over and hugged her legs. Tang Qingqing touched her head lovingly, and after looking around the small 2-bedroom and 1-living-room apartment, the temperature in her eyes suddenly dropped. You're going to let my daughter live in a place like this? RN. My hand paused as I made tea. The interior is finely decorated in a clean wooden style. From large household appliances to small cartoon floor mats, Cici selected them all personally and I paid for them. No matter how difficult my life was, I provided Cici with food, clothing, and shelter, and I never made her feel inferior. Tang Qingqing, however, started finding fault as soon as she entered the room. That's right, she and Shiyu lived in a 500 square meter villa. Naturally, it felt cramped. I threw the brewed tea into the trash can and pulled my daughter over. Cici, go to your room and look for the birthday present that Daddy hid, okay? The little guy came into the bedroom with a look of surprise on his face. My smile disappeared and I glared at Tang Qingqing. A place like this? Who was the one who begged to come to this place? You can't even live in this place now. What right do you have to blame me? Tang Qingqing quickly recovered her composure. Her current personality is a bankrupt girl. Not a president. Tang Qingqing sat on the sofa, feeling a little awkward. You misunderstood. I meant, why don't you live in the house I gave you? I couldn't understand anything she said. What house? When I got divorced, I only had a suitcase and 3-month-old Sukshi. The only money I had was from selling the watch my parents gave me. Tang Qingqing frowned. Su Mingyu, you gave me a child. Even if I don't love you, I won't mistreat my own flesh and blood. I asked Secretary Qin to buy a house for you and left a large sum of resettlement money. Didn't you take it? House. Resettlement fee? This is the first time I've heard of it. But I immediately figured it out, I didn't take anything. Are you bankrupt and trying to blackmail me? Tang Qingqing's eyelids narrowed, regret welling up in her eyes. Su Mingyu, I won't blackmail you even if I go begging. You are the person I feel most sorry for in this world. Tang Qingqing and I's past is like a melodramatic novel. I am the orphan of Mr. Tang's savior. I was adopted by the Tang family at the age of 8, and Mr. Tang was very kind to me. Mother Tang also likes my gentle personality. Tang Qingqing, who is 2 years older than me, treats me like a younger brother. She would beat away the bad guys who bullied me. She accompanied me to see the beautiful scenery and interact with animals. She went to great lengths to help me through the pain of losing my loved one. And I buried my secret love in my diary. Su Mingyu likes Tang Qingqing, will Tang Qingqing like Su Mingyu? In my senior year, the question was answered. Tang Qingqing proposed to me. I was pleasantly surprised that she liked me too. I foolishly got the marriage certificate with her and it cost me $9. I didn't know that Tang's father gave me 10% of the shares as a gift, but asked Tang Qingqing to start from the bottom. What Tang Qingqing married was not me, but a good life and future. After marriage, I was immersed in the beautiful dream of love. She cooked soup for Tang Qingqing, ironed her clothes, and picked her up from the drinking party. But after she gave birth, she cheated on her with the considerate intern, Shiyu, who was half a year older than me. She said that Shiyu understood her, he was her confidant, and they were true love. She said, it's just family love for me. Tang's father had sharp eyes and saw through Shiyu's shrewdness and hypocrisy. I promised that no demons will be allowed to enter my house in this life. Tang Qingqing came up with a compromise. She didn't divorce me and left me to comfort my parents. But she will give Shiyu all the treatment of a queen except getting the marriage certificate. That day was the 10th day after she gave birth to Suxi. I, who had always let Tang Qingqing control me, snatched the knife for peeling fruit and stabbed myself in the abdomen without hesitation. I married Tang Qingqing because I was too young, I was in love, and I was extremely stupid. She cheated on me and treated me as a babysitter, and I deserved it. But I would never let her abuse my daughter again, even if I die. The ground was covered with blood. Tang Qingqing was stunned. She was panicked, terrified, and guilty. She pressed my abdomen, her hands shaking. Su Mingyu, don't die. RN. I am stubborn. If she doesn't agree to divorce and give me custody of our daughter, I will commit suicide. If I am rescued, I will commit suicide again until I am dead. If I die, Father Tang will make Shiyu live a life worse than death. In order to protect Shiyu, Tang Qingqing signed the divorce papers. She gave me this instruction on the day I left. The divorce had to be kept secret, and I had to accompany her to show our love in front of our parents during holidays. I said yes, I'll charge you per session, 10,000 per session. Tang Qingqing, a woman who would rather die than do anything else, still had to spend money to beg me. She finally couldn't hold back her pride and gritted her teeth. Don't you have any feelings for me? Do you love money so much? I won't give you a penny. I'm waiting for you to become destitute and cry and beg me. She does what she says. I really didn't get a penny of the financial compensation in the divorce agreement. I was indeed living in poverty, but I stood up on my own and never asked her for help once. Thinking back to the past, Tang Qingqing pressed her brows. That was just an angry remark. You are an orphan and a widow. How could I really not care? But your angry words were my life for 4 years. Tang Qingqing was choked by me. She looked around the room again. Although the items in the room were not cheap, they did not look wealthy either. A pair of Shiyu's socks cost thousands of dollars, and the clothes I'm wearing have been worn for several years. Tang Qingqing raised her cell phone and called Secretary Qin. Mr. Tang, what can I do for you? Secretary Qin is still not used to the new boss. Tang Qingqing was unconsciously dignified. 4 years ago, I asked you to buy a house in Jingyue Huacheng, and 80 million resettlement fees. Did you hand it over to my ex-husband in person? 80 million? It's enough for Cici and I to live comfortably for the rest of our lives. Secretary Qin hesitated. I'm afraid you'll have to ask Mr. Shi. It's him again. A huge hatred welled up in my chest. Shiyu has already gained so much. If he dares to take away Su Hushi's interests, I will make him pay for it. At 7 o'clock in the evening, I brought the dong sheep cake to the table. Cici screamed in surprise. Wow, Dad, you're awesome. I love you so much. There was a lot of praise from classmates. Did your dad make this? It's even more authentic than the one I had custom made at the store. I envy you so much. Cece's dad is really versatile. He can do fox makeup, make handmade bags, carve fruits, and even make beautiful cakes. In the past 4 years, I have done everything to make money. I have trained myself into a hexagonal warrior. Cece divided the cake personally, giving the first piece to me and the second piece to Tang Qingqing. Mom, this is the first birthday you spend with me. I'm so happy. Tang Qingqing was staring at her phone in a daze, then she came back to her senses and took it exaggeratedly. I know what she is distracted about. Today is also Shiyu's birthday. In previous years, she always spent time with Shiyu. It's no coincidence that the love rival and his daughter have the same birthday. When her belly was 9 months old, Shiyu was unwilling to send me texts and photos to tease me again. Or, he could humiliate me by sending me the luxury gifts that Tang Qingqing bought for him. He ran to the hospital to provoke them in person. It was his birthday that day, and Tang Qingqing gave him a wedding ring and promised him the wedding of the century. He came and invited my daughter and I to attend. I was so angry that I lost my mind and started a quarrel with Tang Qingqing. When she found out that the truth was revealed, she became so upset that she gave birth prematurely. There was heavy bleeding, and almost 2 people died. Tang Qingqing scolded Shiyu for the first time. Shiyu's eyes were filled with tears. I just want to be with you openly. Tang Qingqing finally pulled him into her arms with heartache. Be good, I kept him to protect you. On the other side of the wall, I was looking at my thin and tiny daughter in the delivery room. All that was left in my heart was disgust and despair. RN. That kind of pain is heart-wrenching. To the extent that, when Tang Qingqing went bankrupt, I just felt that she deserved it. After eating the cake, I drove her away. Tang Qingqing said pitifully, I have nowhere to go. I pushed her out the door with force. It's none of my business, go find him. The hallway lights flickered on and off. Tang Qingqing stood outside the door for a long time. She slid down the door with her head hanging dejectedly. In fact, the first person she looked for was Shiyu. Tang Qingqing thought to herself, she had held Shiyu in the palm of her hand for 4 years, and she would never give him the moon or the stars if he asked for them. When Shiyu heard that she was in trouble, he would be extremely anxious and would do anything to save her. As long as Shiyu is willing to sell a property, he will be considered to have passed the test. She couldn't bear to embarrass him. Unfortunately, after Shiyu looked at Tang Qingqing's sanitation worker's outfit, he couldn't help showing disgust. The woman's heart felt like it was pricked by a needle. Shiyu quickly covered it up with a smile and welcomed her in. He guessed that Tang Qingqing was creating a birthday twist for him. Pretend to be bankrupt first, then give a surprise. As a result, the next second, Shiyu saw the group chat of Tang Qingqing's rich friends. The Tang family is finished this time. Even Mr. and Mrs. Tang left the country overnight. After selling the company, we still owe 1 billion. Tang Qingqing will have to pay it back in her next life. Not really. She bought so many properties and luxury goods for Shiyu, she can sell them to pay back the money. But Shiyu will have to live a hard life with her. Someone remembered and said that Shiyu seemed to be in this group. Another person cursed. He was removed from the group chat in seconds. Shiyu widened his eyes. Too realistic. In the past, people called him son-in-law all the time. Now, you have to curse him after kicking him. The storm is coming, he has to protect himself. Your family is bankrupt? What does it have to do with me? Have you and I ever obtained a marriage certificate? Does your family accept me? Why should I sell my house? Tang Qingqing's heart was pounding and she suspected that she had heard it wrongly. Why did her considerate and sensible boyfriend suddenly look like this? Tian, what are you talking about? Apart from the marriage certificate, what else have I not given you? I'm almost pouring my heart out. For you, I even gave up my husband and children. Tang Qingqing thought that after saying this, Shiyu would remember their old friendship. Unexpectedly, Shiyu smiled sarcastically. You gave me all these voluntarily. You've never heard of giving something back. I slept with you for 4 years. You can't just take it for free, right? Besides, seeing Tang Qingqing's red eyes, Shiyu became even more contemptuous. Do you think I would dare to marry a woman who can even abandon her husband and children? You didn't care about your daughter who almost died in the delivery room. Not to mention who knows if there will be a 4th or 5th child in the future. Will you treat me the same way? Tang Qingqing swayed her body, almost unable to stand, but was unable to refute. Shiyu pressed the phone. You are useless anyway. I'm kindly telling you why your husband wants a divorce. Ever since you slept with me, I have secretly sent him all the date photos, bed photos, and gift photos. He's really patient. I pushed him to the point of mental breakdown before he started to mess with you. I'm not as stupid as him. I won't be your free babysitter or lend you a tool. Tang Qingqing's brain was burned through by a thunder explosion. So, Su Mingyu gave her chances, many times. She was too lazy to pretend anymore. Miss Tang, I have dug through your social media platforms since I joined the company. I know your preferences very well. You think we are in sync, but it's just my preparation in advance. It's really tiring to help you find topics. Tang Qingqing couldn't bear it any longer and angrily grabbed Shiyu's neck as if she wanted to strangle him to death. You are only after my money. You exploited my sincerity. You broke up my marriage. You almost made me childless. My dad is right, you are a disaster. Before Tang Qingqing could finish her words, she was carried away by the security guards called by Shiyu and thrown out of the building. It was already the end of June, but Tang Qingqing was shivering from the cold. At this time, a group chat named His True Heart sounded. Several people who had just spoken in the sister group came to check the results. Sister Qing, we just put on a big show. Did Master Tian sell his house to save you? Tang Qingqing typed furiously, your uncle's surname is Su, I'm going to get him back. RN. At 7:20 in the morning, I opened the door. A tall figure stood at my doorstep. I stepped on Tang Qingqing's waist and walked over. Cici, carrying her school bag, jumped over with a smile on her face. Tang Qingqing rubbed her sleepy eyes and caught up. She naturally took Cici's hand. I was just about to snap away. Cici smiled widely. Mom, can you stay at the gate of my school for a while? I want everyone to know that I have a mom. That way they won't gossip about my dad, and those ants won't dare to bother him. Suki. I stopped him. Tang Qingqing looked at me sadly. I used to be more docile than a sloth, but now I have become aggressive and fierce. It was not difficult for her to imagine how many difficulties and entanglements a person had to go through before he could be reborn. Tang Qingqing picked up Su Hushi. Okay. Don't say you'll be there for a while. Mom will be with you and Dad every day from now on. She stretched out her right hand to hold my hand, but I moved away. Dirty. Tang Qingqing is 1.8 meters tall. As soon as he stood at the entrance of the kindergarten, he stood out from the crowd and caused a sensation. Sui, is that your mother? She's so pretty. She matches your father perfectly. Why is your father so bloomy and doesn't even pay attention to your mother? I don't want to have anything to do with Tang Qingqing. But she still had to rely on him for the house, so they became partners temporarily. I got on the bus and sat in the last row. Tang Qingqing sat next to me. As soon as the car started moving, I changed to another position. Tang Qingqing had never taken a bus before, so she stood up as well, but was shaken and fell backwards, hitting the dog's head. I curled my lips and sneered. There were people living in that house, an elderly couple. When the old man saw Tang Qingqing, he immediately pulled her into the house. It turned out that they were Shiyu's parents. Tang Qingqing was shocked. I laughed. What else don't you understand? Shiyu secretly occupied Su Hushi's and mine's house and used it to support his parents in their old age. This large flat is over 300 square meters, with marble floors and smart appliances throughout the house. A dozen beautifully decorated rooms. Even the old couple's dog has a room. In the house I rented, Su Hushi slept in the master bedroom, but it was only 15 square meters. Have to increase the vertical utilization of space. The kitchen here is equipped with a vegetable cutter, a stir fryer and a dishwasher, allowing you to completely free your hands. But I spent a day cutting fruit in a milk tea shop, and my hands were so sore that I couldn't even lift them. I went home and put on a plaster, and then I had to endure the pain and prepare dinner. The more I thought about it, the more distressed I became, and finally I couldn't help but squat on the ground and take a deep breath. 4 years of accumulated fatigue burst out at once. The year after my divorce was the most difficult and miserable year for me. When big companies heard that I was a single father with a 3-month-old baby, they all declined my job offers. I can only find a job in a store that pays me in cash and has a relaxed working environment. 1-year-olds are the most expensive and are more susceptible to illness. Money is gone almost as soon as it is received. I worked several jobs. I drink coffee to refresh myself when I'm tired. I often work around the clock and sleep with my clothes on. I have no one to rely on, not even my family who can help me. The spirit is like a rubber band stretched to its limit. It's about to break. My knees went weak. Tang Qingqing hugged me distressfully. Xiaoyu, don't think badly. I'm here. I'll protect you. I won't let you suffer any injustice. When I was a child, my classmates laughed at me for not having parents. Tang Qingqing rushed over and started fighting with the other party. I helped her wipe the wound, and she promised me that she would protect me for the rest of my life. But later on, all the ups and downs in my life were brought about by her. If she hadn't gone bankrupt and had nothing, how could she have remembered the friendship of the past? RN. Tang Qingqing was more panicked than ever before. He lifted my shoulders and dragged me hard. I took deep breaths. Like a drowning man. She is taking me to the hospital. I pointed to the bubble tea shop across the street. Just buy me a cup of milk tea. After drinking half a cup of hot drink, my expression eased. This is a mental illness caused by excessive stress. As long as you eat, you will recover quickly. Tang Qingqing was stunned and then said, "Then, I'll take you to eat something delicious." She was wearing 60 yuan mesh shoes and was about to enter a high-end restaurant. I pulled her back and said, "You are bankrupt, aren't you? You should spend your money frugally." Tang Qingqing was originally arrogant. After hearing what I said, he seemed to remember something and pulled at his clothes awkwardly. I found a fly restaurant. Tang Qingqing had a conflicted expression. Is it okay to eat such cheap food? I can understand that. For her and Shiyu, the starting price for a takeout order is 3,000. I used to be a delivery man, earning a few dollars or more for each order. I have taken over expensive orders more than once, but I gave them all to my colleagues to deliver. Because that address was my former home. I don't accept my ex-wife and the mistress. Now, Tang Qingqing ate 2 bowls of rice with the 35 yuan stir-fried beef. I said, "Ask Secretary Qin if the house is registered under my and my daughter's names?" After getting a positive answer, I felt relieved. Fortunately, Secretary Qin is reliable. After eating, I went straight to the housing authority to apply for lost property. It took only 40 minutes to get my property certificate. Household head Su Mingyu Su Hushi. Touching the red cover, I felt at ease. Then, I went to Digital City again. An hour later, I knocked on the door of the flat. "Uncle and Auntie, I'm very sorry. This house belongs to me and my daughter. Your daughter has illegally occupied it for 4 years. Please move out as soon as possible." Mr. and Mrs. Shi are not mean people, that's why I treat them with courtesy. When they saw the property certificate, the 2 elders turned pale and hurriedly called their daughter. "How can you occupy someone else's house? And you said it was given by Qingqing to show her filial piety to me and your mother. I have never taken a penny from anyone else in my life. You have made me lose face." Tang Qingqing denied, "I didn't show any respect. I also made up a blow at the right time. Not only did he steal the house, but your son also interfered with my marriage with Tang Qingqing while my ex-wife was pregnant, which directly led to the breakdown of my family. After the divorce, your son also secretly embezzled my daughter's and my resettlement fee in the house you live in. My daughter and I suffered for 4 years because of this." Father Shi's pupils trembled and he beat his feet and stamped his chest. I then showed Shi's father all the provocations that Shiyu had sent me. I kept it for 4 years and didn't delete it. Tang Qingqing's ears burned red and she hid aside. People who cheat also know that cheating is ugly. The Shiyu in the chat records is dissolute, shameless, and arrogant. Father Shi was so angry that he almost vomited blood and roared to the sky. How could I raise such a shameless beast? As he said this, he was about to kneel down in front of me. "Young man, I, an old man, apologize to you." I helped Shi's father up. Shiyu hadn't arrived yet, so he was not in a hurry to kneel down. What greeted Shiyu were several heavy slaps from his father. Even after being beaten and scolded, Shiyu still held his head high. I took his woman and house, so what? How can there be any fairness in this world? Do I have to imitate you and live in poverty all my life? Looking at me and Tang Qingqing, he didn't feel guilty at all, and even looked a little proud. Not counting this one, I still have 4 houses, 2 cars, 200 million in savings, and countless luxury goods. I am the richest person in this house now. You two, one is in debt, the other is a worker. Can you beat me? I want to see if you can afford a lawyer. Can you afford to fight me? RN. Shiyu has the thickest face I have ever seen in my life. Without Shiyu, my daughter should have had no worries about food and clothing and grown up like a princess. Shiyu was still shouting, "Su Mingyu, if you kneel down and kowtow 100 times, I will spare you and your daughter." With 2 thumbs, Shi's father and mother knelt down and kowtowed to me in tears. "What a sin, young man. It's our whole family that's wronged you. We didn't teach our son well. We'll move out right away." Shiyu was so shocked by this scene that he was speechless, and I didn't say anything to ask the 2 elders to get up. I imitated his expression just now. "See? You wantonly hurt me and my daughter, and the retribution will come to your parents. It's okay for men to have ambitions. But this kind of ambition should be about striving for progress, not abandoning integrity and taking shortcuts. You only have the right to use the things given by others for a short period of time, and the other party has the right to take it back at any time. Xiyu's face darkened twice. I think that no matter how obsessed Tang Qingqing is, she would not voluntarily give away her car and house. She is just bullying the poor now. I'm going to increase my firepower. Do you know why you still can't get pregnant? Because you stepped on my blood and flesh to get to the top. Your chances of having children have long been gone. The child would be ashamed that his father is a mistress, so he would never want to be born into your family. The last time I went to the villa, I found that Xiyu was boiling Chinese medicine. I have worked in a traditional Chinese medicine clinic and I knew at first glance that it was a medicine for treating infertility. His hidden illness was exposed, Xiyu's expression became ferocious, and he rushed over to hit me. Tang Qingqing, who had been silent all the time, stood in the middle and held Xiyu's hand. But that's all. Xiyu chuckled and looked at me as if he was sure of victory. Yes. Tang Qingqing has always been on Xiyu's side. Love him unconditionally. Last time, I fed Xiyu toilet water. Tang Qingqing rushed over and pushed me away fiercely. My waist hit the sink and I fell to the ground. It hurt so much that I couldn't get up for 5 minutes. I watched her nervously take Xiyu out. Whether she is right or wrong, Tang Qingqing will always leave me alone and helpless. My eyes were dim. Although he was extremely disappointed with Tang Qingqing. But at least, I hope she can get some justice for her daughter. Xiaoyu, I've got him. You come and beat him until he's exhausted. In one sentence, everyone present was shocked. Xiyu's expression was stiff. Ah Cheng, what are you talking about? How could you help him bully me? Tang Qingqing sneered and clasped his hands behind his back. You call this bullying? Then what did you do to Xiaoyu and Cici? Beating you up is the least of my worries. Although I don't know why Tang Qingqing suddenly changed sides, I won't be polite. After I slapped him 10 times, Xi's father still knelt there without saying a word. Xi's mother wanted to plead for mercy, but was stopped by Xi's father. It's all your fault. You keep telling your son to make friends with rich people. Think about what he did to his ex-wife. You should pay back what you owe to others. As an adult, he should take responsibility for his mistakes. Xiyu felt aggrieved, but couldn't break free, his eyes were bloodshot. Neither her parents nor her girlfriend supported her. Being deserted by everyone is just like this. After a while, the police came to the door. I knew Xiyu was difficult to deal with, so I called the police and filed a case a long time ago. I took out the replacement property title deed. Xiyu bulged his eyes and could only admit defeat. I grabbed him and said, "What about the 80 million? You don't want me to sue you for fraud, do you? Give me a few days, I'll find a way to get it for you." After he finished speaking, he left with his parents in shame. RN. After returning to the rental house, I started packing my luggage. Suhi clumsily applies the tape. Dad, we are moving. Let's go say goodbye to Aunt Shang. Aunt Shang? Tang Qingqing, who was dragging a heavy object, stopped and looked at him questioningly. I don't know where her temper comes from. If the 80 million hadn't arrived yet, I would have thrown her out on the street. Tang Qingqing still followed to Shang Yuan's house. Shang Yuan was 27 years old, tall and fair. No bad habits, just love.